Oh, yeah, baby. Day 5. You made it. So that's my other way. Internet high five, peeps. Internet high five. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. So yay! Congratulate yourself. You have made it to day 5. That is commitment. Freedom in the commitment. Remember. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Celebrate it. Oh yeah. Celebrate that you've actually committed to do it. Even watching these videos, even if you haven't done a shit. Anyway, I just wanted to celebrate you. Celebrate you for getting to day 5. Day 5, we're done with all the personal stuff. Now we're going the world. The world! Specifically your home, actually. Specifically your home. Day 5 is, we touched on it actually, and I gave you a big hint yesterday on day 4. What day 5 is clean out the clutter. Clean out the clutter. This is really big time simplified stuff. So get rid of anything. This is the big one. Clothes, information. That one's a big one for me. I've got so many workbooks and things that I've gotten over the years that I've kept and brought with me over the years, and suitcases and stuff like this, because, you know, it's information and I could use it. Hello, Internet. And that's the thing about this. I've got all these workbooks and everything like that I've kept, and I've got a whole drawer full of them, and I've kept them because, you know, I might be able to use that information. I might need that information. Yet, hello, there's this thing that we're both all using currently right now for you to watch this video called the Internet. There's going to always be stuff. There's always going to be courses. There's always going to be people. There's always going to be workshops. There's always going to be web pages and videos, and there's always going to be information. If I'm going to really need it, I can Google it. I can YouTube it. I can Facebook ask people it. You know, the information's always there. But here's me keeping on to workbooks and stuff like that because I might need it. So yes, this includes that. Like, do you keep books? I have been to houses as a house sitter, as someone that's paid to stay in people's homes. I've stayed in a lot of homes where people have lots of stuff. Videos, games, not videos, DVDs, we should say. DVDs or whatever. Games, books, just walls of it. And, you know, and I'm just sitting there just like going, really? Because I don't. One of the big things I've done with the clearing out and the creating space for myself is not holding on to books too much. Because even though I've held on to workbooks and stuff I've gotten from courses and classes I've done and paid for, books, on the other hand, there's a certain core amount of books I'll keep, but it's only a small amount. And because I know I do go back to them regularly every year. Other books I'll read and then off they go. I'll give them away. I don't sell them, I give them away. I challenge you with books, any books, even if you purchased it originally. Get it, read it, take what you need from it, then give it away. Let that book go on its own journey and release it into the world. Because someone out there will need that and require that information, and it will go to the right person. So allow it to go through its own journey. And so this is it. Get rid of anything you haven't used in the last year. Sit there and even look at things like I've got actual photos from my childhood, and I've got lots of other stuff that I just transport around in these suitcases from place to place to place. And this was even when I was renting rooms. Like, I'm renting a whole house now, but I was renting rooms for a couple of years. So I literally had a room. So I had to be mindful of how much stuff I could have. And that is what I challenge you on with this clearing out of the clutter of everything else out there. I challenge you to look at everything. Look at everything. And if you had to live in a room, you personally, not you and your kids and your husband, actually you and your husband if you got one, or you and your wife if you got one, or you and your partner if you got one, and you had to live together, sort of thing, and you could only live in a room, and that's all you had is whatever you could fit in a wardrobe. You had no other space. You didn't have a garage, don't have a living room, access to the living room. You're renting a room. So you renting a room, that's all the space you get given to keep everything. What would you actually take? What is actually important for you to know to take? Because that, my dear, is key. That is key. That's what's going to be key for you for this. You've got to think about less is more, because everything takes up space. Everything. And that's the biggest thing for me when I moved out from renting rooms to renting this house, and I've got a 4 fucking bedroom house here I'm renting. Yes, it's not cheap. So yeah. But regardless, yeah, the biggest thing I did for myself, the biggest commitment I did for myself is I didn't want to fill it. It's actually got space. It's actually got space. There's still stuff. There's still a lot of things here I look at and I go, really, do I really need that? Do I really need that? And I personally am going to go through this process myself for the next little while. I'm not even just doing it for today. I'm doing it over the course of the next, from this new moon to the next new moon, because it's the new moon currently at the time of this video. Probably won't be when you watch it, but at the time when I'm recording this video, it's the new moon. And so between this new moon and the next new moon, I have made a commitment to myself to definitely downgrade, to simplify, to make space. So there's more energy flow, basically. But believe me, it's less stuff to take care of, less stuff to get that has to be dusted, less stuff for if and when I do have to move, for me to move, less stuff for me to have to get rid of and do the whole keep, charity, sell pile. You can do that. You can do that with your piles. You can do piles, especially with clothes. What will you keep? Especially clothes that you wear often. What will you keep? What will you donate and give away? And when you do not give it to the Salvos or Lifeline or anything like that here in Australia. They're the big ones. Try and find DV, domestic violence places, or try and find smaller charities. They will really take on your stuff and really give it a house and a home. They rely on it a lot more than the bigger charities. The bigger charities, ones that we all know nationally, they have great marketing campaigns. Don't really worry about them. They're okay. Believe me, they're okay. Go for the smaller ones. Go for even the churches and stuff. And then, or even just give it away. Just give it away. Just post on Facebook, give away. Or wherever. And then, of course, there's the sell pile. There's stuff you can try to sell. And when you do try and sell it, don't overvalue it, because that's what lots of people, when they sell stuff, they go, oh, it's worth $20, when really, in reality, you'll only get $5 for it. Really be real with yourself with what the real end price you can get for it. It's like cars. Like, you got a car, it's going down in value. Going down in value, or the more you have it. You may think it's worth a certain amount, but it probably isn't. But yeah, anyway, just do that with your clothes, do that with everything else. Books, just when you read it, give it away. After you read it, give it away. Don't sell books. The author doesn't get more because you sold a book for them. You know what I mean? You've already bought that book from the author. They got that. So now sell it. Now don't sell it, just give it away because it's already been bought. So that information, don't hold on. It's just like money. Don't hold on to it too strong. You've held on to it long enough, nurtured it, got what you needed from it. Now let it flow. So give the book away. And clothes, definitely. This is a big time for definitely for clothes if you haven't used it in a year. And also I'll say another thing on clothes. You can always buy it. Because I know I have done this. and I am doing this. There's clothes I have. I sit there and I will not give them up. I'm not giving them up. But here's the thing. It's going from with winter into spring. Spring, it's warmer now. Got this top on where I definitely would not have had it in winter and even in a little bit of autumn. Got this top on now. And it's going warmer weather. So I've got my bikini out, blah, blah, blah. There's certain clothes I'm using now. Certain clothes I'm not using now. Definitely not using. And even on the coldest of spring days, I'm still not using it compared to the coldest winter days. Sort of thing. I like my scarf and all this sort of stuff. There's things I'm keeping because, hey, I might use it in winter next year. Here's the thing, and here's the challenging thing I'm going to challenge myself on too. Can I buy that next year? Or can I even not buy it? There's a lot of clothes out there that people are giving away. Friends, family, what have you, people give away, and I fit. I got this top from a friend because she was all like, oh, I'm doing this, doing exactly what I'm talking about you to do right now. She cleared out a wardrobe and she knew I could possibly fit quite a few of the tops and outfits and stuff like that. And so she went, go through it, take what you need, donate the rest. Do that, even share with friends and family and stuff like that, see what they can take, what they need, and donate the rest. Boom. I didn't even have to pay for this top. So I'm going to sit there with all my clothes and really look at them and go, why am I keeping this? Or for winter next year, or maybe for this occasion, or why can't I just go buy that? Oh, no, I don't have the money. I may not have the money. Or I'm making projections on my future self to not having the money to go buy something that might cost $5 or $10 at Kmart or something, you know, or Target or whatever. Or even go to an op shop. And for those who don't know what an op shop is, it's a second-hand shop for used clothes. Or that someone else might be going through their wardrobe and getting rid of stuff. And so I'll inherit, be able to get stuff that way. This is the challenge. This is the challenge. Just read my notes. Just quickly let me... if you have a storage shed, I used to have a storage shed, then I gave it all away. But if you have anything in storage in your garage, like I actually do. I have stuff in my garage. I'm going to actually sit there. Not sit, I'm going to actually stand and look at it and go, really, why am I keeping this? Like how much stuff is in your garage taking up space? How much stuff is, if you've got a storage shed somewhere, either on your property or elsewhere you're actually paying for, if you're actually paying to have your stuff stored, are you taking up space in the basement of someone's house, like your family or friend's house? Is there stuff getting stored in a friend or family's house in their basement or wherever, and you're taking up space there? Because that then affects them and they have to take care and have energy around the fact that your stuff's there. Start thinking even beyond your house, like where else are you storing and keeping things that you need to really look at and let go. You can always buy it. This is about being prosperous, right? And about being abundant ultimately. Well, guess what? Keeping on that stuff in the storage shed because you might need it eventually one day, it's saying you won't, telling your future self you can't afford to go buy furniture, or you actually won't ever be in a situation where you'll be able to be even gifted furniture. You won't be able to be in receiving of furniture. I can tell you right now, a lot of the stuff in my house, pretty much 90% of it, except for my bedroom, my mattress, and my mattress is actually the only thing. My mattress is the only thing. There's a couple other things, but like big purchase-wise, mattress and one or two other things are stuff I bought. Everything else either was gifted to me or I saw was being given away in some capacity, or I bought sort of thing. So there's not a lot of stuff that I bought. Stuff has always been given away or being thrown out and stuff like that. So sometimes if you're keeping stuff just because or in future or la la la, tell yourself, is that really serving you? Are you telling your future self, you're actually putting it out there that your future self is going to be poor and can't afford it and won't be abundant and prosperous and won't even have the opportunity to receive stuff? What are you telling your future self by holding on to all that stuff? Something else I've got here on my notes. If you're just holding on to memories of the past, decide if you need to really bring your past into your future. And that's one I'm going to sit with too myself. And what I mean by that is photos of you as a child and childhood photos. If you're of my generation, I'm going nearly 40, so Gen X, at the end of Gen X, you'll not have a lot of online stuff, okay? Not a lot of stuff put online. And I get there are definitely some photos and memories you want to keep and stuff like that, and you want to take with you place to place to place. But really sit there with those photos and go, this is great. It's great to go down memory lane. It's okay to go down memory lane. I've got photos of previous pets and stuff like that even. But how much do you really need to keep them? That's a big one. How much do you really need to keep that past in your future, in your now? How much do you really need to keep the past in the now? You're not a kid. You're not 2. You're not 12. You're not whatever. You're not, none of that, all that's gone now. That's past. It's literally gone. It's not, it doesn't exist until you make it exist in the now through those photos or whatever. I get it for the parents, especially if they keep their child's artwork from when they're younger and their handprint and stuff like this and past stuff when they're getting older. I get that because that's what I've inherited. All my childhood stuff and all that stuff that they kept, I now have got. But that's what you have to think of too. Will your child actually want to have this? And then ultimately, because you're not going to be around forever, ultimately when your children look through everything, are they going to keep it or chuck it out? That's a confronting one for a lot of parents, I find. Sitting there with all the stuff that they keep of their children, baby boots, whatever, what have you. I'm not shaming you on this, by the way. No shame. I'm just stating it. I'm just stating how much, if you died tomorrow, I'm being very real with you, if you died tomorrow, would they keep it or throw it out? So there you go. Alrighty, so if you want more help on the whole decluttering thing, there's a whole heap of stuff out there. YouTube it, Google it. Do a search, simple living or minimalist living or whatever you want. But there's a whole heap of tips and advice out there. So I'm going to finish on that. And I would love to hear how you're going with this, the simplification, and find out what you've done and what you're planning to do or what's been potent for you in this or what's been confronting, even just considering it. Wow, please share. Please share. We've got one more video. It's not an actual day video. It's just to round things up. It's just a conclusion video sort of thing. But there's one more video, so hopefully you'll see it. Hopefully you'll check it out. Otherwise, yes, thank you. Mwah. Blessings to you. I'll see you on the next final video. All right, bye.